Good morning, Wellington Heights Community Church. I am so grateful for this opportunity to be able to share my story with you all. When I was asked to participate in this series, I said yes, but at the same time felt really kind of uninspired. I didn't know what I was going to say. And it made me really think about excuse my dog, what has been happening in my life to make me feel this way. And I realize that I have been really struggling spiritually and emotionally over the past year for a number of reasons. I have focused on business and family and really let the spiritual side of my life kind of lapse. I consider myself a community activist, and so I am often out fighting for marginalized communities and for people who don't have a voice. And I've not been doing that. And I think in part it's because the political environment is so negative and charged, and doing that kind of work actually in some instances is dangerous. And so I've let all of this affect me and make me a bit hopeless. And so this exercise has really brought all that into perspective and helped me to focus on what I need to focus on, which is my spirituality and my relationship with God, and to put that at the center of my life, and then everything else falls into place. So my spiritual journey is really kind of interesting. I grew up I did not grow up in a religious household. My parents were not religious at all. In fact, I was probably at best agnostic, but maybe even an atheist. I was always political. I was a feminist and a bit of a radical in college, and so it wasn't until I met my husband, and this year we shared and celebrated our 25th anniversary. So it was about 26 years ago that we met, and he introduced me to the Word, and I realized that it was not as I was taught. Even in college, I looked at religion as a way to oppress people, as a way to put people down, as a way to justify patriarchy and white supremacy. And so meeting him and knowing that we shared certain values, but that he was deeply religious or spiritual and had read the Bible backwards and forwards, I was intrigued by that. And of course, falling in love with him made me, consider the relationship that he had with God and see how that might impact me and affect me, play a role in my life. And so it's interesting because one of the primary reasons that I became spiritual was because of a church, much like Wellington Heights Community Church, but also very different. It's a big church in Los Angeles, but you can't help but to feel welcomed and loved and valued in this place that opened its arms to everyone. It was really beautiful. And I mean, really the rest is history. I mean, Khalil would work on the weekends. I would go to church by myself. We had a baby. I was a young mother. I would take my little baby son to church all the time. I mean, it was one of the best times of my life. And really since then, I have developed an understanding of the Word that is more true. And, walking in Jesus's footsteps and learning his ways is really what Christianity is about. It's not what you might learn or be told by others who I think manipulate the word for their own benefit. And so I'm proud to be a part of a church that is, loving and accepting of everyone, that understands that social justice is Jesus's work. It has been a blessing, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this because I needed it so badly in my life and I didn't even know it. So, I appreciate this opportunity to present my story to you. It has helped me recenter, which ironically is the name of our business in Coralville. So thank you, and God bless you, and let's keep doing Jesus's work.